Hello guys, I'm 21 years old, so I'm not prepared for this video, but I was telling myself, let's just take my camera and just recording myself what I'm sharing with you, my experience as a 20 years old learning English. So as I used to say it in my previous videos, it's been 5 months since I decided to start learning English. And you know, English is actually a nice language and interesting language that requires you to be focused, to be engaged in what you're actually learning. Because if you are not focusing on what you're actually studying, if you are not focused on what you're actually learning, that's going to be very difficult for you, for actually anyone who want to improve in this language. So today I want to share with you 2 things. One of my experience that's going to be 2-part, okay? One of my experience that helped me a lot on my learning path, on my learning journey, and since now I'm still struggling when I'm having conversation with someone, when I'm trying to explain my ideas, my thoughts. I'm still struggling right now, but since 5 months, I want to say I'm better right now, right? I'm better right now. And today in this video, I don't know if this is gonna be a motivation video, or like to motivate you to start learning this language, but actually I just want to share my experience as a 21 years old who actually learning this language. So my first experience was being scared of express myself in this language. Let me repeat again. Being scared of express myself in this language. That was my first experience. I remember a day when I was living in an apartment, and I was like trying, because that was my first time in an English country, and I didn't know you know, if I want to ask something, that was very difficult for me to ask that. And since now it is very difficult right now to if I want to ask something, but it's better right now. It's better. So when I was living in an apartment, and like there was a man who was like always trying to ask me random questions about my background and some stuff like that. That was scaring me a lot, because I didn't know how to express myself. I didn't know how to explain my background, to describe my background. That was difficult for me. And this guy was always trying to understand me. Like he was always asking me, do you speak English? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like he always was trying to make me feel sad or bad because I didn't know how to. Because of that, I took the initiative to start. I decided to start learning this language. And I know it might be very difficult for anyone who actually want to learn this language. I know this kind of feeling. But guys, since like in 5 months ago, I was struggling when someone just was wanna learn from me. I was struggling a lot to respond to this person, and because of that, I decided to start learning this language. So that was my first experience, and you know, that wasn't good, right? That wasn't good. And the other people living in the same apartment as me, they didn't want to talk to me because I didn't know how to respond to them. So they didn't want to ask me anything. So yeah, Maybe they thought I was an uneducated person, maybe. So because of that, 5 months ago, I've decided to start learning this language, to start learning English, because of the first experience. The second experience was because, let's be honest, if you're living in an English country, if you don't speak English, even this is a bilingual country, if you don't know how to speak English, that's gonna be very difficult for you, for actually anyone who wanna find a job, who wanna work in this country, and wanna be able to find opportunities, to get opportunities, and to succeed in life, just because you don't know how to speak English. And because that was the first, that was the second reason, and that was the second experience also. Because let me just tell you the second experience I just met. So when I was living in an apartment, I was looking for a job too. Okay, I was looking for a job, to find a job, some stuff like that. And when I was applied to the company, they were always asking me, do you know how to speak English? What is your level in this language? Are you native? Are you fluent? They were always asking me, do you know how to speak English? Do you speak English? So this kind of question scared me, right? Scared me because I didn't know how to speak English. So that scared me a lot. But that doesn't stop me, right? That doesn't stop me. I was always trying to apply to other company, and the other company, guess what? The other company, they asked me the same question. They asked me the same question. Do you know how to speak English? So that was the second experience, because of I decided 5 months ago to start learning English. So, my friends, let me teach you something. I'm in my 20s, and I wanna be able to achieve big things in my life. I like studying. I like sharing what I know. I like spending time talking to people, having conversation with them, and learning from them, especially if you're an English speaker. And because of that, guys, I just want to tell you, don't give up. And if you're struggling with something right now, maybe language or skills, whatever, just take the initiative. Just decide to start learning this thing, and that's it. So right now, I want to say I was able to find a job, and since now I'm in a school, I'm learning some IT stuff. So those things are very important stuff. So don't forget, don't give up. Always trying to put yourself in a position that requires you to learn. That's gonna be very worth it for you. So thank you guys.